Oh boy, Underwater. How was it? It's a movie that lives up to its title because most of it takes place underwater. In fact,
Under the sea.
under the sea. No crab monsters, at least no singing crab monsters. So you want to know how it was? It was actually pretty good. This is the second Kristen Stewart movie that I have seen in a number of months that actually turned out to not be that bad.
It's almost like she's surprisingly a good actress.
She's not that bad. It's just, I mean, she didn't wear pants in a couple of these scenes, so I was actually perfectly fine with that.
I'll go the Kate Winslet route.
Moving on from that. So, yeah, you want to know what it's about? Well, there's a crew. There's some oil drilling going on because they're drilling into the bottom of the ocean, so nothing bad can possibly go wrong with that. And you got Vincent Cassel, or Castle, or however the hell you say it. He was in Brotherhood of the Wolf, one of my favorite movies. He plays the captain. There's not a big cast to this movie. Legit. There's somebody that plays a dead body. Hey, you kids want to see a dead body? No, with this, it basically is from the guy that directed The Signal, the 2014 edition, not the earlier one that was absolute dog shit, but one that was only kind of dog shit. Anyway, with this, starts off with... Brow that?
No.
Okay. Starts off with Nora, played by Kristen Stewart. She's just doing a narration thing. We see some news articles. This thing opens up. And we see some stuff, and oh, well, shit may not be going all that good. But wait, we go to this big underground facility, or underwater facility, that legit is so far, it's like 6 and a half miles below the surface of the ocean. So you know nothing bad's possibly going to go wrong here. You ever seen Deep Blue Sea? Nothing went wrong there. Except Samuel L. Jackson, well, bad animated version of him got eaten. But with this, okay, so you got this crew. Everything seems to be going fine. You got Nora, she's doing this narration and everything. If you're not a fan of Kristen Stewart, you're not going to like this movie, by the way, like at all. Like, you really are not going to like it because a lot of it is just focused on her. And she's just doing this narration thing, talking about, like, you know, you lose track of days when you're, you know, underwater. Like, legit. I mean, I don't even know what time period this takes place in. Clearly with advanced technology. And the shocking thing is this barely goes more than 10 minutes before tits go inevitably up. I mean, not literally, because it was a PG-13 movie. But with this, the facility just really goes bad. Really, really quick. Why does it go bad? Well, there's a few survivors, Nora and a few others, and this one girl that was really, really, you know, scared and everything. She played the scaredy cat that ended up being, you know, the determined one at the end. She overcame her fears. What?
I'm a brave boy.
Not brave enough for this. She isn't like the screamer in Jaws 2 where you just wanted to punch her repeatedly in the face because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. Seriously, there were other women on that raft. Why couldn't they have done that? You ever seen Jaws 2?
Nope.
Yeah, the screamer in Jaws 2. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. So, anyway, with this movie, I mean, really, within 10 minutes, things are just going bad. The facility's going to shit, and it's a long facility with, like, various drills and stuff like that. Yes, a long facility with long black shafts and everything. And there were actually a couple guys in there that I think ended up getting killed pretty quickly. There isn't a lot of character to this. Kristen Stewart's character is the most fleshed out. There are a couple other fleshed out characters in the sense that there is something underneath with them. Because of course when you're 6+ miles below the ocean surface, you're going to get that. They're in the Mariana Trench.
I couldn't even fathom that 20,000 times.
Are you proud of that one? Because you should be.
Yes.
There is a wisecracking guy, you know, the typical guy that, not you, the wisecracking guy in there that's like, you know, high pressure situations, literally, because you're under the water. And, well, again, the movie lives up to its title. So, was it good? Yeah, actually quite enjoyed it. It was claustrophobic in parts, and since I have a fear of drowning, so they can't really swim, and I have a fear of closed spaces, the movie actually was a little more effective than I thought. Now, was it really good? Nah. All it needs is a big check mark to be scary. Oh, that was where the movie failed. Now, it kept the suspense up a bit, but the thing is, you also didn't feel like anybody was necessarily in danger, and you didn't get really attached to enough of the characters to really care. But honestly, it was not that bad. For a movie that I thought was going to be, given, you know, how the trailer looked, I was like, oh boy, this looks like shit, and it actually wasn't all that bad. So now we're going to get into spoiler territory here, so we're about 5 minutes in. So, you want to know who dies? Everybody but this one guy that had his oxygen tank, busted and barely survived, and the scared girl. Because Kristen Stewart ends up sacrificing herself because everybody can get into an escape pod, all 2 of them, except for her, and then she saves everybody. Hooray! Also, there's these creatures that are pretty big, but not as big as pretty much what might have been Lord Cthulhu there underwater. I mean, this beast was huge. And you also didn't get to see it. You got to see the creatures a bit, but the director understands that a monster is scarier the less you see it. Imagine that concept. Now, it did have the jump scares. I did have an issue with those because you go with the sound and, it just... Sometimes the jump scares... Yeah, sometimes the jump scares work. Other times they don't. And that's where this movie did fail. Now, it kept up the pace and everything. It, didn't really allow that many people to breathe. Ironic because, they were on oxygen underwater. But everybody kind of conveniently made it to locations just before either oxygen ran out or before these creatures got to them. And of course, the creatures dispatched some characters. Vincent Cassell, or Cassette, I'll just call him Vincent Cassette, doesn't live through it. He's the captain. And of course, since he was one of the most world-renowned actors, or at least most well-known around the world, he couldn't make it that far. A lot of people compared this movie to something called Life that came out in 2017. It was about, that alien amoeba thing that latched itself onto everybody and ended up killing everybody on there, and you want everybody to fucking die because the movie is fucking stupid.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like it's a very good comparison.
Well, no, a lot of people compared it because they said it was more of a throwback. This is more of a throwback to, sci-fi of old. And also, they might as well have called Kristen Stewart's character Nora Ripley, because this was alien underwater. And she even had the same type of haircut that Ripley... Well, close to what Ripley had in Alien 3. The bad one. But honestly, with this, tightly controlled, well done, not scary at all. And honestly, it was a lot better than I expected. What shall I give it? I shall give it a B. I shall shock myself with this.
Not the bees!
They actually referenced that in Midsommar. It was kind of Wicker Man-esque. The good one. But anyway, yeah, B. So, that is going to be that. Maybe there will be a poll somewhere there. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland, and yeah, I'll see you soon.